Yes. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for a video on crypto every single day. My name's Austin. Happy to be here with you guys today. Hope you guys are happy to be here too. Today I want to do a quick market check-in and then go over some of the top headlines making news in crypto today. So, before we start the video, if you guys could do me a huge favor, if you find value in our daily crypto content, then like the video, maybe subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. All right, right now the market cap sits at $204 billion, which in the grand scheme of this year, 2018, it's low. It's near the lowest we've seen the market all year. And in a very much more minute yet more positive framing, we seem to be forming a nice support line coming off of this massive dip that we saw 2 days ago. That's right, guys. It seems we're forming this support line. Bitcoin right now at 6,400, 6,500, and many people are asking the question, all right, is Bitcoin headed up or are we headed down? Well, I'm no financial expert, so definitely form your own opinions, but this is Bitcoin over the last 4 weeks. This is where we are right now, seemingly forming this nice stability. This was that $35 billion that quickly exited the market 2 days ago. And then this was the other 3.5 weeks of this month. And if we just look at the first 3.5 weeks, like I mentioned in my last video, we were seemingly, forming this nice, sustainable, healthy growth. And this slower, healthier growth, in my opinion, definitely more sustainable. I mean, these corrections happen. We see them all the time. A correction like this, it's not bad. I mean, they're expected, but I don't think any of us were expecting this much of a correction. So where are we headed from here? Well, I think, just in my opinion, where I'm looking right now, it seems that we're forming a higher low than we saw 2.5 weeks ago. And in order to get more traction, form this steady, healthy growth, we need to see higher lows and higher highs. If we stay right here, we don't go down. Obviously, this is a higher low than we saw 2 weeks ago, and hopefully it'll lead to a higher high. We'll be watching the market here on this channel. Let me know what you guys think down under. But before we get to the news, let's just check out the top 10, because right, pretty stagnant day in the market. But if we look at the top 10, first off, Bitcoin dominance is still on the rise, 54.9%. In my opinion, this is going to continue to happen for the next several weeks. But we see that right here, Bitcoin down 0.5%, and the rest of the altcoins down more. I guess in the top 10, the biggest loser of the day is Ethereum, down 5.5%. And then actually Stellar down the least. 2 days ago, Stellar dropped to as low as 19 cents and then immediately kind of recouped, which shows that people are still very bullish on Stellar. Still a high probability of being added to Coinbase. At least that's what the public seems to think. But yeah, guys, this is the market. Let's keep going. And again, feel free to give the video a like. Oh yeah, one thing I should mention, guys, this $35 billion loss that we saw 2.5 days ago, people at the time right around here, all these articles came out saying, hey, Goldman Sachs, who late last year had announced that they were opening up a crypto trading desk, right? Goldman Sachs, a leader in the finance industry, was opening up a crypto trading desk. That was announced the end of last year. Well, 2 days ago, right before this dip, it was announced that they were postponing it. It was not on their radar. They thought crypto was too volatile, and they were done with it for the foreseeable future. Of course, that's when the market took the big dip. Well, turns out 2 days later, this actually came out yesterday, Goldman Sachs CFO says those reports were untrue. He was as surprised to read it as we were, and it was, in its truest sense, fake news. So, it just goes to show you, back then, this was unconfirmed. I'm sure a lot of people sold. Some people probably took a loss because of this FUD. Don't be fooled, team. I wasn't fooled. I know a lot of you guys are smart out there. You guys weren't fooled either. But let's just stay vigilant, right? So hopefully now that we got this FUD out of the way, we'll keep seeing continued growth. Alrighty, let's keep moving. Binance CEO says they have no plans for an IPO. Have you guys heard about this? Well, cryptocurrency exchange Binance CEO Zhao Changpeng dismissed rumors that he planned to perform an initial public offering September 7th, so this was yesterday, following fintech startup Robinhood. So Robinhood, you can trade cryptocurrency on there as well as stocks. They are going public with an initial public offering, and a lot of people thought that Binance was gearing up to follow them. And why did people think Binance was gearing up to follow them? Well, after a report by SludgeFeed, which suggested Binance's recent hiring of Wall Street executive Wei Zhao as its CFO this week people thought that meant they were seeking to IPO. And of course, Changpeng, the CEO, denied this was the company's goal. People thought this, I guess, because the CFO was coming from Wall Street, that they were gearing up, but it's not true. And, this was confirmed right in a direct tweet from Binance CEO. This came out yesterday. Binance has no plans for IPO, but that doesn't make those experiences less value in our industry. And I believe he's talking about his new CFO, his Wall Street experiences. But that doesn't make those experiences less value in our industry. On the contrary, they're very much needed. We are always looking for top talent from traditional finance, internet, any industry, anywhere in the world. So, guys, I've mentioned this before, but Twitter often the best place just to get the most recent raw news, especially in the crypto game. So if you guys want to follow us, the link will be in the description below, but it's Altcoin Daily. Check it out. And yeah, guys, it appears that Bitmain and Robinhood are both going public. I wouldn't, think less or put anything past Binance. Binance, though, I think their big game is they're slowly integrating or forming a decentralized exchange, which, if you've seen some interviews from Zhao Changpeng in the last month, 2 months, he believes, and I agree, that decentralized exchanges will definitely be the future, which is where they're headed. So I think they're still good, and decentralized exchanges will be the future, in my opinion, because they won't be able to be shut down by the government. Alrighty, guys, 3 more articles, then I will turn it over to you. Have you guys heard about this? A little bit of a green flag in the market. Half of American millennials are open to using cryptocurrency. Alright, they're open to using it. Let's read this direct quote. Of the people who believe that cryptocurrencies will become widely accepted, over 1/3 say they would be interested. 1/3 say they would be interested in converting to primarily using a cryptocurrency rather than the US dollar. However, a majority, 57%, say they would not be interested in converting away from the US dollar. Millennials are almost equally split between interested and not interested. So, what do you guys think about this? I mean, honestly, they pulled over 1,200 people in August, and you got to read the fine print. It says, of the people that believe cryptocurrency will be widely accepted. So, of the people that basically are bullish on cryptocurrency, 36 of those people say they would be interested in converting to primarily using cryptocurrency in the US dollar. So keep in mind, this is not the mass public. This is, the people in the crypto game, the people in the crypto world. And so also, unfortunately, 87% of respondents who reported being familiar with Bitcoin had never actually interacted with a digital currency. Again, appealing to the brand appeal of the coin, while wider adoption continues to lag behind. As far as investing, 49% of respondents reported being glad that they had not purchased Bitcoin prior to the questionnaire. All right, well, it's no secret why they're glad. If you're not in crypto now, I'm sure you would be glad you didn't buy it in December. But honestly, this article came out, it's nothing we didn't know. Thought I could get this loaded for you guys. But apparently not. We know how much the market dipped in the last 6 months. But this is nothing we already knew. If anything, this just goes to show you how early how early on we are in the market. In my opinion, the thing that will turn not only millennials but the rest of America and let's say the country around is when the dollar eventually collapses. And not totally, but when we have that massive dip in the stock market, just like 2008, in this bubble we're in, finally collapses, I think that will turn a lot of heads. What do you guys think? 2 more articles, team. This is actually bullish news. Green flag, 30% of LinkedIn's 2018 top startups are crypto companies. 1/3 are crypto companies. Interesting. 3 crypto companies landed the spot in the top 10. Coinbase, Robinhood, Ripple. LinkedIn created the list after compiling billions of actions generated by its 575 million members, analyzing 4 pillars. So to get this list, they analyzed employee growth, job seeker interest, member engagement with the candidate company and its employees, and the level of startup engagement with the companies. So 4 pillars: employee growth, the interest generated on LinkedIn, and of all the companies on LinkedIn, these are the top. What are they? Top 50 team. Number 1, Lyft. As you can see right up here in the top 10, Coinbase, Robinhood, Ripple. And then going down on the list, Gemini makes it, Consensus, which computer software makes it, and Bumble, dating app, makes it. And you guys swiping out there? If you're in LA, if you're a female, lovely lady, I'd swipe. Whoa, I digress. Not to get creepy. Anyway, team, my takeaway from this just a few weeks ago, we reported that of the top, the 30 under 30 entrepreneurs and businessmen out there, tons of crypto people made it on that list too. Top startups, crypto made it in the top 10 3 times. Where will we be next year? Where will we be next year? This is just the beginning. I can't wait for a year where over half of the top startups and top 30 under 30 are crypto people. What do you guys think? Last piece of news, Trump's new SEC hire boosts possibility of Bitcoin ETF. So, new SEC hire, President Trump, I'm not sure if he's bullish on blockchain and crypto in general, but the guy he appointed on the SEC is bullish on Bitcoin or on crypto. And as we know, we're waiting on the SEC to decide if they will allow Bitcoin to be traded for the CBOE. September 30th, that announcement, or before, is coming out. Anyway, Elad Roisman, the newly appointed member of the SEC, could be the missing piece in tilting the balance in favor of Bitcoin ETF approval. The new commissioner becomes the 3rd Trump appointee to the SEC, succeeding Michael Piwarar, who stepped down in July. Roisman, the new guy, has a strong stance on fair regulation for cryptocurrency. So keep this in mind, guys. It's not just him. It's actually a team of 5, I believe, that are deciding the fate of Bitcoin trading from the CBOE. But his statement said, in part, the SEC must examine and re-examine its rules, regulations, and guidelines to ensure that they are still working as intended to accomplish the SEC's mission. This is most recently manifested in areas such as data protection and cybersecurity, as well as the emergence of new investments and technologies such as Team TuneIn, initial coin offerings, and blockchain. So essentially saying they must re-examine to stay current in areas of data protection and cybersecurity, and cryptocurrencies and blockchain are a way to do that. Green flag, team. Green flag. We have another one for crypto. What do you guys think? Where do you guys see the market heading? Guys, if you got any value out of today's video, let me know in the comments, or just let me know with a like. Either way, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great weekend, And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.